Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Hope you all had a good weekend. Oktoberfest is over now. It's the 6th of October. Officially, it is over. Obviously, there's going to be Oktoberfest going on. Uh, but yeah, it's over. So I'm back to normal reviews. I have already done 3, I think, which will be coming up in a good 7 days or so because I had some other videos already planned to be going up. So the ones that I'm doing now will be a little bit longer than that. But obviously, by the time you see this, you won't know anyway, will you? So, right, we are back to the Trembling Madness order that I placed. Who are out of York, and they're an online bottle shop. Good service, personally, I think, and the prices are pretty decent too. Obviously, there's always going to be some beers that you feel like you've been robbed on or whatever, but I think the price is generally pretty sound. So the beer we are looking at, like I say, is one that I ordered from them, and it's an American beer, another American beer, but it's from a brewery that you can get quite a few of their beers over here, and I believe they do actually have a supplier in the UK, so I'm led to believe, I should say. Anyway, the beer we are looking at is a big beer. Not only is it a big beer as in big beer, but it's a big beer in sort of ABV big beer. And the one we are looking at is from Sierra Nevada, and this is their Cosmic Little Thing IPA. I can't zoom it in too close because the can is so big it doesn't fit. This, oh sorry, Cosmic Little Thing IPA. It's a hazy double IPA. This is 19.2 fluid ounces, which I am led to believe is 568 ml, which is a full English pint, and it is coming in at a whopping 8% ABV. I like the artwork on that, very nice indeed, and this cost me £6.25. Do I think that is over the top? Well, if we're going to look at double IPAs, you're looking at least £6 if you're lucky. And these days, is £6 really going to hit the spot like it used to 3-4 years ago? I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking off the top of my head, is this really going to hit that full on, give me that glorious experience that a double IPA used to give me 3-4 years ago? I'm not convinced, but I'm still expecting it to be half decent beer. So great artwork on there. Sierra Nevada, I'm not exactly, well, they'll be out of Sierra. I was going to say I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be from, but they're going to be out of Sierra Nevada, surely, which is Arizona. Is it that way? I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, I'm making a tit myself here. An interstellar wave of tropical flavour. Let's stop talking. Just come out the fridge. It's nice and cold, and it is going. This might not be a double IPA glass, but it's going in my Sierra Nevada glass, which will hold half a pint. So basically, I've got two full glasses. So hopefully, I'll get a review out of this glass and be able to sit down with another glass after, watch the TV with the missus. So let's crack it open because I am talking way too much. Let's get it in and see what we get. Now, they've had a few beers in the UK supermarkets. They're pale ale, very nice beer indeed. Very much sort of old school sort of pale ale now, if you like, but still a decent drop. We had a couple of others in there as well in the supermarkets. They're pretty solid. You could say maybe not beers that are going to blow your mind, but very, very decent, enjoyable beers. And hopefully this one's probably, I'm expecting this one to be along the same lines. So beer in a glass, there we go. We've got about a finger of white on top. It's a hazy orange looking sort of beer, I'm going to say. It's sort of got a bit of a thin look about it. I'm expecting this to be along the lines of more like a big ABV beer rather than being that big full sort of full on juicy number. And really, to be honest, when you look at it, that is what you are getting. So stop talking, let's try and give it a swirl. I've got to say, just swirling it, it looks like there is a bit of weight to it, but we'll give this a swirl, get the nose in, and then take it from there. It's definitely got that double IPA aroma, to be fair. There's a little bit of a marmalade-y feel, I'm going to say. A little bit boozy. A little dank note. But doesn't smell too bad. I mean, if I'm going to be critical at this very moment in time, let's go along the lines of a supermarket double IPA. Not all of them are bad. Some are awful and shocking, but not all of them are bad. And I think this is coming in along them lines. So let's dive in. Sierra Nevada, cosmic little thing. Excuse me. And again, hazy double IPA. Cheers. Cool, blimey. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Two things hit me there. Firstly, the body side of it. That sort of got me thinking, hang on, maybe not as bad as it is. The second thing was the alcohol. My God, you know this is 8%, which is a tad disappointing. I'm going to say that's a tad disappointing. Possibly shocked, or not shocked. Not really, because as I said, I'm getting the impression this is going to be like a supermarket double IPA. And we're sort of going down that route a little bit. Right. Body of the beer. It's not thick, it's not massively heavy, chewy, but there is a denseness about this beer that when you drink it, you feel you are sort of kind of chewing it to swallow, if you know what I mean. It's got that extra bit of weight about it. So although maybe not as heavy as a big whopping juice bomb double IPA, it's got some weight to it. The mouthfeel is nice as well. It is nice and smooth. It's got a nice softness about it. Tropical notes are in there. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. Carbonation minimal, body pretty decent with a chewy edge to it. It's smooth, it's soft, it's got a nice mouthfeel. On the taste, I'm going to tell you now, the alcohol is there. You know, it's 8%. Are you going to say, ooh, there's no alcohol burn? It's not overly massively particularly strong, but you know you are drinking something bolder and ballsier. I mean, it's 8%. You know, probably the most I'm going to say this could get away with is something along the lines of 7%, sort of slightly over. I mean, it is showing its balls there. You're getting the hoppy notes that I like. If you're drinking a double IPA and you're not picking up hoppy notes, or they're not showing their face with that hop flavour, there's something wrong, in my view. If you're drinking a double IPA, them hops have got to be showing their face. Very dank. Well, I say very, it's got that dank, musty, dry bitterness for me. There's a dry bitterness there. It's got that sort of feeling about it that you sort of wipe your chops because they're dry, and then you're just even drier, and the automatic thing is to go back in, which at 8% is not something you really want to be doing because it's a strong one. Mango, citrus, a little bit tropical. There is a dankness there. I'm not quite sure there is a resinous thing going on, or a piney sort of feel to this beer. It's not a big juice bomb, but you are getting them flavours. For me, it is just a strong, pardon me, a strong IPA. A lot of gas coming in these last two videos. For me, it's one of them. It's double IPA in terms of ABV rather than everything else about the beer. So yeah, for me, it feels a little bit supermarket-y. Supermarket double IPA sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So then they're never going to be as big, but it does have that little bit extra than your standard supermarket beers. Yes, it shows the alcohol a little bit, but everything is real in there. It all feels, you know, there's nothing artificial in this beer, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. Like I say, you get the 8%. The bitterness that you're left with on the back end, or sort of midway through the mouthful, is a juicy bitterness. Nothing really nasty about it. It's probably more like what our supermarket double IPA should be like. Just maybe not showing the alcohol so much, because the body's a little bit better. The flavours are all real and honest. You get that hoppy note in there. Is it worth the £6.25? Now, if this beer is imported, well, it's got to be imported somewhere along the line. I don't know if it's imported to Sierra Nevada warehouse or something, or an importer that brings a load in and it all gets spread out. I don't know, or whether it's just sort of, I don't know how it works, but it doesn't much match up to some of the proper big full-on double IPAs. That said, imported £6.25. You're paying more than that for British ones that are in a 440ml can. It's better than supermarket stuff. Taking everything into account, it probably just about, the price probably just about justifies the quality of the beer, if we're honest, because Trembling Madness are going to make their bit on it as well. But yeah, a decent enough double IPA in simple terms. A little bit boozy, but you're going to know you drunk it, because I can feel that now. I mean, that 8% is there massively. So yeah, Sierra Nevada. Cosmic Little Thing Hazy Double IPA. Does what it says it's going to do. Don't get me wrong, it's no world beater, but what it is that supermarket sort of hazy double IPA, but just that little bit extra on top. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. If you're after a big, juicy, chewy juice bomb, that might not be for you. If you like your supermarket double IPAs and you order online, that might be up your street. That might be up your street, and you might think, wow, that is absolutely amazing. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Never watch a video when Baz has had a couple of pints beforehand, because we get into the 13-minute, 30-second mark. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. See you on another. Cheers.